Now I can go to the information about the laws of the game. So what has been changed? We have the law 12 about the fouls and misconduct. So what is changed is that the goalkeeper who controls the ball with their hands or arms for more than 8 seconds will be penalized with a corner kick being awarded to the other team. I will show you some examples. So if you see here, for example, what we need. We need to start to count when the goalkeeper is totally unobstructed by an opponent. So as you see now, we start to count from this moment. The referee has to start to count in his mind for the first 3 seconds. And then after this, as you say, 8, 7, 6, the referee must raise the arm and start to count the 5 last seconds. As you see now, the player is already on the limit. No offense, is good, we continue. Another example where the goalkeeper takes the ball, is down on the ground, being surrounded by the opponent. When a referee is satisfied that the goalkeeper is fully free to play the ball from an opponent, can start the count of 8 seconds, and the last 5 will show the signal. We will show you also an example. So again, I hope, and I'm sure, that we will not see many situations of this. Our main task is not to punish a goalkeeper. Our main task is to eliminate the time wasting that spend some goalkeepers keeping the ball. So when, starting counting, an opponent started to challenge the goalkeeper, when the advantage cannot be played, then there is an indirect free kick in favor of the goalkeeper. Whenever it is, there is an advantage, we let the play to continue, and then we give the situation that the goalkeeper, of course, is not expected to delay because he is losing. So we don't need to apply something when there is no reason. In cases that the goalkeeper releases the ball before, then the referee put down his or her arm. I show you many examples on that. We have goalkeepers that they fall down to take the ball. We have other goalkeepers that they fall down to stay there. So in this case, you see that the goalkeeper is doing the normal procedure, and the referee will raise the arm in the last 5 seconds, and then we have the ball to be played in normal time. When the goalkeeper is about to leave the ball, we never punish and we never give a corner kick. So that was one example also that happened in our previous barrage games. And as you see, this is an example that now we start to count the 8 seconds. While already the 5 seconds, the referee must take the arm. You see the goalkeeper giving the ball, no offense, we continue the play. But we have also some situations, as you see here, that the goalkeeper has the ball, now is totally unobstructed, and you see the referee. And this is the time that he has to give the corner kick. So for another example, you see the goalkeeper is staying down, there is no opponent, there are only defenders.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this is an example how you will see if this happened in our championship. Any question about this rule? It's okay, it's clear.
Yeah, but only the referee should count, or can be helped by the others?
No, only the referee. Only the referee. Of course, if there is a...
The VAR cannot tell him the same.
No. This is exactly in the judgment of a referee.
But
So it's like an offense. As the referee judges an offense, is the only one responsible. VAR has nothing to do. VAR cannot intervene, is a good question. VAR cannot intervene for this kind of things. But I will tell you again, the philosophy is We never see a goalkeeper when his team is losing to waste time. We see normally in a situations when the goalkeeper is trying to wasting time to have the time in favor of his team. Why? Because they are winning. When it's the limits, enough is enough, and with this counting, the referee will start to apply the rule. What else we have? We have the how we call double touch, and this can be happened during a penalty kick in a normal play or the penalty shootout. What we have here, you remember this example? The player accidentally is slipping on the ground and has a double touch. What happened is that his other standing still foot is on the ground, and by let him with the other foot, it is a small touch which can change the trajectory of the ball, which cannot change the trajectory of the ball. There's no problem, but there is a second touch. The clarification from IFAB is that in these cases, we don't punish, but it's not fair, and for this reason the clarification says that in cases that it happens accidentally, the penalty kick is to be retaken. And in this case, yes, the VAR is responsible to intervene about that and then to give it. In case that there is no accidental double touch, not like in this case, and deliberately you make that, then we speak about the deliberately trying to cheat the laws of the game. So in this case, it's an indirect free kick. In cases that there is no goal scored, we start, as it is a double touch, with an indirect free kick, and that's it. But when a goal is scored, the penalty kick is retaken. This is the clarification on the new laws. You have any question about that? No.
I have a question. If it's a penalty shootout and there is no goal and it's a double touch by accident?
Excellent. As I said in the beginning, this is also for the penalty shootout. What will be happen? If it is accidentally, okay, it is retaken. If it is saved by the goalkeeper, or the ball is out, or there is a deliberately played, this is a penalty out, shootout, missed penalty. This is very important, and this is the clear message for this championship. We need to follow the pace. We need to understand that the referee can explain key decisions only to the captains, and only the captains will be allowed to approach the referee, provided that they do so respectfully and conduct themselves as such. So we are offered the dialogue, and we want this to be respected by the captains.
Only the key decision, sorry.
Only the key decision. When, for example, key decisions is...
Yeah, I know what is
okay.
But when a player, let's say, has a fall, like, I don't know, 20 meters, 30 meters, he can have a dialogue with the referee.
A normal player, another player.
No, another player, yeah.
I will explain you later. Yes, this is... We don't stop the interactions. We don't stop the normal interactions between players and referees. When it is coming with a common sense, we have no problem. So as I will give you some guidelines, you will find out that I cover you, I hope. So in this case, at the same time, it is the responsibility. And we want the captains to be responsible for their teams, to ensure that their teammates, they stay in a reasonable distance from the referee. This can be around 4 or 5 meters. So, of course, the referees, they will try to not interfere. We don't want this, the interaction between the referee and the team players to be created by players in a way of dissent, in a way of protest. For this reason, we say that the referees, they have to act in a common sense. And we want the captains as you see in these photos, the great example of the captains to let the teammates away from the referee to discuss the captain with the referee. The referee, of course, as you said, may instruct, encourage player verbally or with gestures to not approach to them. So for this reason, we ask to give a gesture of the referee to let them, players, to go away from the incident, because we're going to speak with the captains to make this gesture to be proactive. We want to prevent a yellow card for no reason. The key decisions like a VAR explanation, a situation that can be discussed by the captain, the referees are the ones who approach the captains to explain the decision. But normal interactions, as you said before, between players and the referee are allowed and remain important because we want to promote the transparency and to avoid possible frustration and conflict, which is not necessary. So that's why you see referees that they first explain and then they give a yellow card. Now, where the goalkeeper or the team has two goalkeepers and are captains, in this case the referee must invite, say to the captains, to invite the nominated players, the sub-captains, how we call it, to be in front of the toss of the coin in order to listen also the guidelines of the captain rule, the captain referee protocol. So in this case, the sub-captains are introduced. Everybody knows that the spectators, the observers, the teams, and we apply that in Romania from 1.5 years now in order to have a more nice transparency so people to know where it is. It's not obligatory, but for our championship, we implement it already and will continue to do. So the nominated player will be present before the toss of the coin to be introduced to the captains, and we have to remind only the goalkeeper or the nominated player, not both, may approach the referee. So in the area of penalty area, the goalkeeper can approach the referee, or the referee can approach the goalkeeper. But outside of the penalty area or around the penalty area, it is recommended only the nominated player to be there. So, this is some laws of the game to explain, and I really hope that the new championship will be again competitive. We are happy with what we achieved so far, and not only us but also the world. We expect to be better. We had some terrible mistakes. There are around 8 mistakes in this championship out of 333 matches, which can have a possible influence to the final result. Why? Because if you miss a penalty, there is no influence. But if you, it's not sure, but if you receive a penalty, it will be scored. So, but this happened. But we wonder, and we changed this philosophy. We'll be more now, more involved. And now we have a new role of a VR manager and analyst, of Ovidiu Hatzagan, who will make a trial to be, as a VR manager, instructing, collecting details, all the statistics, and together with a VR team, which are specialists only for VAR, will work every month for this training. Give us the information to the referee committee, and depending on the situations, we also instruct very regularly now all the referees during monthly.